It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Eagles and the Commanders next on Madden Football.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Commanders make their way out on offense for the first time here. And it's the rookie Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick, leading the way.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
But now he appears to be in some pain. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts.
That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
They'll set up a throw. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes. Was their partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mechie, the man in motion.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. They'll go to Barkley again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his right.
How about this?
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 57 yards.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
You look at this Eagle defense.
Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll get this complete to Sennett, the tight end.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now third down and 6 to go.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down.
To throw is Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They go play action. Daniels.
Being chased out left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 2-yard line.
Robinson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Eckler is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. Hurts fumbles it.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. The York on now for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Down the left sideline.
And down to the 16-yard line. 33 yards that time.
They scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
John Mechie,
His 4th touchdown on the year.
and the Eagles are back within a score.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking here for Smith downfield.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
To the air goes Daniels.
Flush to his right. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Now it's the backup Mariota.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 33, here's second down and 1.
They'll set up to throw.
This will be complete to Mechie.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now back to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Mariota now.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Mariota to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw Mariota.
This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Now Mariota. And this is cool. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
From the gun, Mariota. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Again, it's Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Jeremy McNichols.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoffs.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Throwing is Hurts.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He gets this one to Mechie.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Barkley, inside handoff.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Hurts.
Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Keeps himself upright.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Washington offense back out there. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt him 3 times. The fumble cost him potential point.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, 73 yards.
And the Commanders have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. The extra point by York is up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Back to throw again.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
53 yards.
And the Eagles have retaken the lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They go play action. Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
That is caught.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Up the middle with Eckler. First by him near the 35. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Play action now. Mariota.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Noah Brown from 21 yards away.
And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The visitors' offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Jeremy Chin there defensively. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 8.
Now back to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Complete. Smith has it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
These two teams they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
His short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Buying time to his left. The 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Mechie, the man in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
On second and goal. Hurts.
Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Caught out left side by Robinson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On play action, Mariota.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Now 2nd and 4.
60 Eagles, 60. Come on, set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
He's got his target. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Here's Mariota. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Olamide Zaccheaus from 6 yards away.
And the Commanders have yet again retaken the lead.
They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And Dotson, he's got it.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here comes 2nd down.
He'll look to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3.
Back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
The numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game. Here's 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we need overtime to decide this one. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, sack now. Go.
Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
So they make the decision to kick it on 4th and inches. That close, and they decide not to go for it.
Well, but short of going for it, I think they got as good of a result as they could have gotten.
Yeah, if you're not going to go for it in that situation, yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hurts.
He's got Smith here.
Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
He's got space past the 25.
And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Throwing is Hurts. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Complete, it's Dotson.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime.
Hurts fumbles it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.